What's up, guys? Today I'm making risotto. It's a recipe that I got from my mother-in-law, Deanne. What's up, Deanne? Thanks for the recipe. It's delicious. We cook it all the time. It's not very hard. You don't have to like baby it like people say. You stir it a lot, but that's about it. It's very good and you should make it all the time. That's a threat. I'm gonna start by chopping up some onion and garlic and get that in a pot with some butter and oil. And real quick, just so you know, this knife was a gift from my Grammy, actually, for my wedding. And this is a Victorinox chef's knife with, I believe, a rosewood handle, but it also comes with like a black poly plastic handle. If you don't have a chef's knife or a good knife, this is the one to get. It's like the most affordable, highest functioning knife there is. And I think America's Test Kitchen has already established that. But in case you don't watch a ton of PBS, this is a good one to get. That's my recommendation. Let's chop. Common misconception is that if you buy a really nice knife, that you don't have to sharpen it. But you could spend 600 bucks on a knife, and after you use it for a while, you're gonna need to sharpen it. There's no knife in the world that stays sharp forever. So I've got some really expensive knives and then some really great workhorse knives like this. And every single one of them needs to be sharpened. I do it like quarterly. So know that if you buy a nice knife, it will not stay sharp forever or very long for that matter. All right, so I think these onions and garlic are about there. You don't really want them like fully brown or anything. You just kind of want them soft. And then what you're gonna do is add in the rice. Arborio rice is kind of traditional. There's a few others you can use, but I'm gonna do a ton because I want a lot. We're gonna mix it in dry. This is probably too much rice for this size of pot, but I don't care, baby. Breaking all the rules. Mix it up, and then you're gonna let this kind of toast until the kernels of rice turn kind of translucent around the outsides, as in they're kind of a little bit clear, and you can kind of smell a toasty, roasty smell, and then we're going to hit it with some white wine. All right, so these have been toasting for like 3 or 4 minutes or so. It definitely smells toasty. You definitely can't see it, I'm sure, but the outsides are kind of translucent, a little bit opaque. Yeah, so now we're gonna put in some white wine. With white wine, I usually use Pinot Grigio as my go-to for cooking. It's just a nice flavor profile, but anything other than like pink Moscato or something god-awful like that. And probably I'd stay away from like rosé as well for cooking, but in a pinch, I guess you could, I don't know. All right, once the alcohol is all gone, mostly gone, we're gonna start spooning in very hot stock, about couple spoonfuls at a time. And it's important that this is almost boiling, just like a light simmer is good. Whoa. And then with risotto, you want to stir it vigorously, pretty constantly, just to get all of the starches out of the rice, and that's kind of what makes it creamy. It's not like you can't stop stirring, nothing will happen, but the more you stir it, the creamier that it will get. And then as the liquid evaporates, once it gets to where you can pull your spoon through it and it doesn't immediately fill up with water, broth that is, I go ahead and add more. You don't have to wait till it's dry like that. I probably went a little too long, but you don't want to add more broth until the rice has really absorbed the broth that you put in already. Okay, so it's important to keep tasting this throughout the process. You want the rice kernels to be al dente, kind of like a bit of a bite to them, not gummy or anything. And you also want the dish overall to be creamy. So once you get to about where these are al dente, you can add in kind of the rest of the stock as long as it's not too much. And I'm gonna add in some lemon zest, some lemon juice, some dried basil, because that's all I have, as well as some thyme. And then finish it off with parm and some butter. And that is some lemon basil risotto. Throw some butter in here and just turn the heat off, stir the butter in, let it get nice and creamy. And again, I made a portion for like 6 people because I like risotto. And that is what you want. Buttery risotto, baby. All right, so perfect little creamy risotto. Top it with and a swirl. Ooh. Hi, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow me more. Do whatever you want. Oh, also you can add like mushrooms and anything else into this. I do it all the time.